Hello, welcome to Fair Lady of the Loch Tarot. Thank you for joining me. Today we will be using the Nine of Cups to draw us into several questions, actually, each deck with its own question because it has its own energy. However, we are going to leave it open to anything that brings about that emotionally positive, abundant energy that the Nine of Cups holds. Okay, so for pile number 1, with the Universal Celtic Tarot, we will be diving into the aspect of fertility and abundance, such as childbirth, a new creative idea being born into the world, right? So this is going to be about the new things being born into the world, whether that is a baby or whether it's an idea. Okay, anything being born into the world. That's what we're going to use for this one to hold that part of the Nine of Cups. Okay, and that is accompanied by this chrysocolla palm stone and this bornite. Okay, and then pile number 2 will be focusing in on the physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being aspects of the Nine of Cups. Okay, a very meditative energy here, and that is paired with the bismuth and the aqua quartz. Okay. And then pile number 3, we will be looking at endeavors, opportunities that are being brought to fruition, such as, new businesses, new jobs, just that emotional fulfillment, right? And it doesn't even have to be new. It can be something you're already doing that all of a sudden just takes off with this beautiful, abundant fruition that comes through. Okay, so this will really be focusing on that success element within the Nine of Cups. Okay, and then the rider, pile number 4, we will be looking at emotional satisfaction, emotional balance, not only having enough for yourself, but enough to share with others and be hospitable and loving and kind and magnanimous. So we'll really be diving into that security element of the Nine of Cups. And in this one, I'm also getting a past life energy coming through. So there may be some things that are revealed from the Akashic records that talk about things that you did in past lives that will come to fruition and fulfillment in this one, emotionally bringing you about rewards. Okay, almost like almost like a cosmic savings, right? And then all of a sudden there it is for you to tap into. Okay, so I know that's a little bit different than how we usually do these pick-a-cards, but each pile just really resonated with its own individual energy, each one holding a place for an aspect of the Nine of Cups. So pick whichever one or ones, it could be all of them, that you wish to know more about, but follow your intuition, okay? Oh, and I forgot to tell you what rocks were with pile number 3 and 4, forgive me. So the pile number 3 with the Steampunk, okay, has the Coca-Cola, or otherwise known as chocolate calcite, and Botswana agate. And then pile number 4 with the Rider Tarot has the black petrified wood and the dendritic opal. Okay, now I'll see you in your piles. If you picked pile number 1 with the Universal Celtic Tarot, where we are asking what is being born into the world, whether it's a baby or an idea, okay, the chrysocolla palm stone and the bornite, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And we are starting off this Nine of Cups energy really interesting, I have to say. It's not every day that a reading starts off with the Devil card for me when I'm reading, so that will prove to be something really, really interesting. And I'm going to pull some clarifiers just in case we need them, okay, guys? All right, so with us starting off with the Devil card, the Devil often represents things like addiction, lust, gossip, allowing the words of others to lead you astray, some sort of emotional and physical, depending on your situation, slavery, that sort of an energy, right? Where you're bound, like somebody's puppet, okay? So it can also represent gaslighting and things like that. But followed with the Six of Wands, which in my deck is the leader of the Tuatha leading his people into the future, okay? I am definitely getting a strong energy here that you are birthing a new self into the world, right? You are leaving behind all of this energy, of addiction, of false ideas about oneself. You're leaving behind abusive relationships, right? And you're burning, in the case of the Tuatha, they burned their boats, so there was no turning back, right? So in this, you are leaving this energy behind and moving forward with boldness and courage into that Nine of Cups energy. And, that is something to be proud of, my darlings. That is very much something to be proud of. And because of that, you are birthing a whole new you into the world, right? And, excuse me, I've been getting a little sick here, so you have to forgive me if I cough or have a little frog. And with this particular deck, the Universal Celtic Tarot, this also represents drinking from the fountain of life, right? So you have really been putting in that shadow work on this cups journey we've been on. This is really showing that you have been putting in work, and you are going to reap the rewards. And the Nine of Cups is what drew us into this, okay? So for some of you, it may have been a physical fitness journey that you were on. You wanted to be more physically fit and healthier so that you could have a baby, okay? And you're on a fertility journey, and that's going to be brought to fruition. So that's for some of you. That won't be for all of you. For others of you, you have overcome an addiction, and you have been helping others to do the same, okay? And in doing that, you have birthed an entirely new emotional life and community for yourself, right? For others of you, it's a change in your home life, in your circumstances. You've left an abusive relationship or some sort of familial pain or disruption behind, okay? And you are birthing for yourself a new material beginning, And so with Pentacles, you're dealing with health, wealth, household, right? Anything tangible that you can touch. And it is birthing that new beginning. And that is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I mean, this is just strongly stating that your shadow work has been paying off. It is just really wanting to praise you on that. And with the Three of Pentacles, that's that energy of, working together to achieve a goal, right? And, you've acknowledged that, you're not alone, and whether it's the spirits, the ancestors, and the divine that have worked with you, or whether it was other people in your sphere that worked with you, you were able to manifest what it was that you desired. and you are continuing to do so. And now that you have left behind that which does not serve you here in this, with this devil, with the Six of Wands following, it's increased your power, right? And your ability to birth a whole new idea into the world, right? You know, like look at Stonehenge here in the picture. That took a lot of manpower, it took a lot of energy, it took miles of dragging stones, it took cooperation, you know, teamwork, coordination. But it all started in somebody's head, right? Somebody had an idea of something they wanted to accomplish, and they shared it with others, and those others were like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. And now look at all these thousands of years later, over 5,000 years later, and Stonehenge is still standing and is still affecting the world through all these people who travel hundreds of miles to come and see it from all over the globe, right? So this is the kind of energy that you're putting into the world that you're birthing, this idea. Now, with that, with any idea being birthed, just like with Stonehenge, how much effort it took, your idea is also going to take work and effort to bring forth into fruition, okay? But it is a good idea. I am getting that it is a good idea. Make sure that you are planning it. You know, you need to have a practical plan, right? Make sure it's grounded in solid logic and knowledge of something, okay? Make sure you've trained and have the skills that you need to make it happen. If you have them naturally, then that is also wonderful, okay? But make sure you're using your brain as well as your heart in the planning, right? And that you are diligent. But once you have done that and you've got it clear and planned out, with this Knight of Swords, this is a strong, brave, courageously going forward and following after that, right? Putting in that effort, making sure that you tap into your internal strength to see it done and to the end, right? This isn't an energy where you know, you get halfway and then you're just like, oh, well, no, that's too much, you know, I can't. This is, you plan ahead, right? You put the work in so that when you are passionately following through with it, you're not stuck in the middle, okay? And with the Seven of Cups, while we're working on one project, it's often common for us to daydream about other projects that come along, and that's fine, and that's natural, and that's normal. But if we don't get that under control, that can sometimes lead us astray and make us not complete a project, right? So it's perfectly okay to write down any ideas that come along while you're working on one project. Absolutely, all right? But don't lose your focus, okay? Make sure you're putting in the effort and protecting what it is that you have started, okay? Because it is going to bring about abundance. And then those other ideas that you came along with it can follow, right? And those new ideas will be birthed into the world as well. You know, it's just like, I'm almost getting this thing where some of you, after leaving behind what didn't serve you and was using up all that energy in a negative way, you now have more energy to put into these new ideas of yours, right? And you feel more worthy than you did before. You know, that sword in the stone, he who is worthy will pull the sword from the stone sort of energy. And you now feel more worthy because of all of that work that you've put in. And so that brought about a new way of thinking for yourself and thinking about yourself. And you're beginning to better understand your own personal power, right? You're beginning to better know how to follow your own intuition and listen to the messages that are given to you from the other side. And that is a beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm also getting that some of you may be tapping into some past life skills and energy there. So follow your intuition as you see fit there. Don't forget to rest along the way, okay? When you're birthing a new idea into the world, or when you're having a baby, it can be a really exhausting endeavor, especially having a baby. It's a lot of work, but it is well worth it. So make sure that you are resting, okay? That is important. Especially if you're a new mama, You know, your body's been through a lot, okay? But you have everything that you need to make it happen. I mean, look at this Nine of Pentacles coming in with the Nine of Cups. So not only will you have emotional fulfillment and stability, but you will have material fulfillment and stability, right? This is a very powerful energy. And there's a lot of All Mother and All Father energy here in this reading. But specifically that primordial, creative, feminine, divine, All Mother energy is really coming through strongly here. Just beautiful. Guys, I am so happy for you. I really am. I'm so proud of you. I know it's not been an easy journey, but you are kicking butt and taking names, my darling. Okay, with the Knight of Pentacles, the material growth that we see here with the Nine of Pentacles, they're just reminding you to be patient because material can oftentimes come in slowly, right, over time, but it is steady, okay? So while some things may happen very quickly and very powerfully all at once, others will take a bit more longevity, okay, to accomplish in that material realm. But do not be discouraged, okay? All will come to fruition and completion with the World card. Look at the stability and the beauty here, right? That is powerful. It's a very, very powerful energy of fulfillment, of completion, of wholeness, right? Which then starts the cycle all over again, right? Because after the world, you know, you start the journey all over again with new creative endeavors and new ideas and continuing on. And sometimes that means, you know, we take a moment to celebrate our accomplishments, but we don't just sit there and rest in it. We continue on with the work that is needed and go on to the next step, right? The next stages, okay? And with this card, I am getting Imbolc, which is beginning of February for some of you, okay? I'm really getting a lot of creative energy here. But definitely a connotation here towards the returning of the light in your life. That's definitely here with this Ace of Pentacles and that Two of Wands, the returning of the light to your life. That's just gorgeous. Okay. Now, for those of you who the new thing you are birthing into the world is a relationship, they have a couple of words regarding that, okay? So for one, do not lose your personal power, okay? Stay true to your own personal power and strength. And there are at least two references in this reading to Aries, so there may be an Aries here listening. But it is a very strong thing here about do not lose your personal power. Make sure that you maintain that and stay in it. You've worked hard for it, okay? Do not give that ground away, all right? Stay strong in your personal power. Stay balanced in your health, in your wealth, in your household, in your community, okay? Continue to grow and learn. Learning is a lifelong experience. It does not stop. Learning is just part of infinity, okay? And I'm also getting that maiden, mother, crone energy so looking into the three aspects of the goddess might be of benefit to you. I'm also getting here possible partnerships, okay, and support groups. So there may be someone here who has gained support from AA or something like that. Anger management, grieving support, you know, those sorts of things. Also, there could be someone who is forming or joining a coven, a kindred, a congregation, you know, some sort of supportive group like that. I'm getting some of you may be joining a weight loss group such as Weight Watchers, or one of those sorts of things is coming through as well, and they're letting you know that is a healthy step for you to take, okay? And they're encouraging you, but do not lose sight of yourself all along this way. The key message here in your relationship your birthing into the world, do not lose sight of yourself, okay? So whether that is a mother-child relationship that's being birthed into the world, whether that is a lover energy that's being birthed into the world, a business relationship, adopted family, friends, okay, just do not lose yourself and make sure you keep your balance, okay? I'm getting that mental health, brain health is going to be very important during this time. So make sure that you are getting what you need. If that includes therapy, then please do make sure that you're getting it, okay? For those of you that are birthing a romantic relationship into the world, I am strongly getting the message here to remind you to make sure that they are worthy, okay? Not someone who's going to drag you back into this devil energy that you originally started with. Okay, you left that behind. It is meant to be left behind and not brought back into your world. All right, be that leader, be that personally powerful individual that you are. Follow your intuition and only bless your love upon someone who is worthy. Okay, and when it is someone worthy, all right, it blooms in this new spring in your life. It brings a new fresh air. And this is someone who will support and love you, not hold you back, not hinder you, okay? This is someone who is meant to walk beside you and both of you support one another and be loving towards one another, but neither holding the other back, right? And that's what a true soulmate energy does, loves and supports, and also encourages us to grow, right? So just really make sure that they are worthy. And with the Three of Wands, you don't need to worry about how they're going to see you, right? This is how they see you. They've been on a long journey to find you. Their soul has been journeying along this path, and they have been loyally attempting to find that one that they are meant to be with. And that's how they view you, is this beautiful, ethereal entity, right? It might benefit you to look up deer spirit, specifically the doe in this particular case. And we also do have the stag. So as that resonates with you, masculine or feminine energy, look up the metaphysical properties of those and see if that isn't of some encouragement to you, channeling that internal energy. It also kind of almost has like a Harry Potter vibe to it, with the glowing deer, right? The definite loyalty and love going on here with the dogs here in the physical and in the spiritual, the shadow realm. Just beautiful, beautiful, and guarded over, protected. There's a past life connection here, for sure. It's beautiful. And it's tied in with this Two of Wands, returning of the light energy here that speaks of Imbolc. So take that as it resonates and leave it behind as it doesn't. But I am seeing the rune for day and the rune, so the Degas and the rune Othala for family. And then Ewaz for protection here are really coming out strong. And then Suelo for the sun. So definite, you are protected. Your ancestors are watching over you. But I am getting the return of the light. Okay, so if something like this does transpire for you around Imbolc, come back and tell me about it. Okay, I love hearing when the cards reveal that sort of thing. It's a beautiful confirmation to have. All right, so let's look at your crystals. First off, we have the chrysocolla. It looks like this in the raw form. All right. It helps with feminine energy, nurturing and loving. So it works with that feminine energy we're talking about here, specifically that primordial creative feminine energy, that birthing things into the world energy. It works with the throat and heart chakra. It can be blue and green. Most common origins are Chile, Indonesia, and United States. Chrysocolla offers a wonderful dose of tenderness. Its feminine energies promote sweet open-heartedness and deeply felt communication. It calms feelings of anger and provides gentle but powerful support. It also increases your compassion for others and will aid conversations with a friend, partner, or family member who is going through a difficult time. Chrysocolla will help you pass along loving attention and support. It's a soothing presence during times of stress or transition and eases negative emotions and fear. Chrysocolla is believed to help all manner of health issues for women, from symptoms of PMS and menopause to the pain of labor and childbirth. It's also thought to balance blood sugar levels in both men and women. The name is inspired by ancient Greece, where a chrysocolla-like substance was used to solder gold, chrysos, which means gold, and colla, which means glue. Its bright turquoise color comes from copper oxidation. This particular palm stone, it doesn't have really that turquoise, it's more of the green bent on this one. For personal use, place on the heart chakra to replace destructive emotions with self-love. So that devil energy here at the beginning, this is helping to maintain your advancement. At home, it offers a gentle shield from overbearing or difficult neighbors. And at work, it supports creativity and dispels stress. So I'm going to place that right there. Or actually, you know what, we're going to place it between those two. There we go. And then bornite helps with joy, creativity, and rebirth. It works with all of the chakras. And while it can kind of look like a limestone painted with sparkly or distant paint, it actually comes out of the ground like this. This is raw. This is what it looks like. Isn't that cool? Most commonly found in Austria, England, and the United States. Bornite is known as the stone of happiness. Its metallic iridescent sheen exudes a pervasive sense of optimism and reveals the joys in life, particularly in daily minutiae or during periods of grief or sadness. It will not only help you recognize abundance, but will also give you a newfound appreciation for all that existence has to offer. Bornite is also a stone of rebirth, inspiring a fresh outlook, stimulating new perspectives, and jump-starting creativity. Much like its many-colored exterior, this stone has the ability to clear and align every chakra, bringing the energetic body into balance. It's also believed to regulate metabolism, boost immunity, and enhance detoxification. Bornite is named after an Austrian mineralogist, Ignaz von Born. It is a copper iron sulfide, and when its surface tarnishes, it becomes iridescent. It is also known as peacock ore. For personal use, place on the third eye to clear blockages and enhance energy throughout the chakras. At home, it can clear a space and protect against negative energy. And at work, it's particularly helpful when starting a new job or position. And we're going to put it right there on that Nine of Cups, because that is beautiful. I don't actually remember where we got this one. It might have been Brown County Stone Mine in Nashville, Indiana. I can't remember, but that might have been where that one came from. But this one, the chrysocolla, this came from the Mineral Mushroom, and you can find her on TikTok as well as at her own website, the mineralmushroom.store, I believe it is. Okay, and then because there's such a strong joy theme here, I'm also going to remind, and we've read the one about citrine a bunch over the last while, but just remind everyone that citrine and bornite work really well together. Their energies are very compatible, and it really amplifies that joy and creativity. And this one also came from the mineral mushroom. Okay, let's get you an oracle card. You know what? Actually, I am getting that there's a few more crystals they're wanting to share with you, so we're going to get you one of these. Let's see. Snowflake Obsidian, Self-Reflection, Protection, and Growth. And I did actually have a little inkling that something about Snowflake Obsidian was going to come out in this reading, as well as Amazonite. And then look at this. Fluidity, playful, and optimistic. All right. So, and it's so funny because I was looking at my crystals and I was going, those two seem like they're going to come out at some point during this reading. but it wasn't 100% clear which pile, so I left it alone, and now, now here they are. And then we have emerald, protection, love, and wisdom. Okay. Pearl, love, trust, and emotional healing. And that's that beautiful Six of Cups energy there with that. We've got all hearts here, guys. We had the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Six of Cups energy all come out through there. And then we have rose quartz, love, trust, and emotional healing with the Ace of Diamonds, which is actually Ace of Pentacles. Bloodstone, courage, vitality, and energizing with the Ten of Pentacles. So that courage and vitality part of the cups that we've been dealing with. And then yellow jasper, wealth, success, and wisdom with the Seven of Pentacles. And aquamarine, fluidity, soothing, and go with the flow with the Queen of Cups. And that actually is an Aries energy as well. That is a birthstone and zodiac stone for Aries. And we have angel aura, happiness, beauty, and joy with the Eight of Wands. Those are some supportive crystals that bringing into your sphere might help you along your path. This is looking beautiful, guys. Absolutely beautiful. And I am actually seeing this Moonology card. Okay, apparently there's 3 of them. All right. Make sure that you're taking the time to heal, okay, and rest, like we saw with the Four of Swords there with the balsamic moon. Don't let your past hold you back, South Node. So really, that leaving the devil energy, burning those boats with the Six of Wands, to a Dodonan energy that we saw there, okay? Don't let your past hold you back. Really, really can't emphasize that enough, all right? And then you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. So someone here might be a Cancer. But I'm getting that the message for those of you that left an abusive relationship and you're afraid of what's going to happen next, get the help that you need, but I am getting here, you and your loved ones, you will be safe. You are safe, okay? Please do take care of yourself. And I am seeing one more. It's time to release negative energy, full moon in Scorpio, okay? So let go of that negative energy from those experiences, whether it was your addiction, whether it was an abusive relationship, whatever it was that brought that energy into your life. Make sure you're not holding on to it. Make sure you're not revisiting. Make sure you're letting it go. As far as those of you who are wanting to birth an idea into the world, be bold and make the first move, Cardinal Moon, because the idea is not going to give birth to itself. You have to take action on it, right? And then for those of you who feel like the relationship that you're in isn't for you, or the job you're in isn't for you, okay, or any of those sorts of things, nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon, okay? So you still have time. You still have the ability to where if you have not entered into this energy of acting on what it is that you desire, and leaving what you do not, there is still absolutely time, okay? Nothing is set in stone. Please do take action and take care of yourself, okay? And we're going to get you a white light oracle message that I am seeing here for you guys. Apparently there's 2 of them for you. So number 25, Theta of Venus. Attune yourself to higher consciousness by choosing to access the purest frequencies of love within. Acknowledge lower frequencies such as judgment, fear, doubt, or shame when they arise within or around you, but do not give them a foothold in your heart. You are ready for higher understanding, to see things in a new and more positive light, allowing your inner knowing to guide you on a unique, beautiful, and highly spiritual life path. Okay, and right now, when you look in the sky at the time that I'm doing this in mid-September, Venus and the crescent moon are very close to one another in the sky, and she's known as the morning and evening star. So whenever you need a little extra bit of hope, step outside, take a look up there at that star, and remember, that you are capable of anything you set your mind to, okay? And then here's a little prayer to go with it if you wish. I call upon the spiritual guidance which loves me unconditionally and the higher guiding angels of Venus and Theta, that I may experience through grace, mercy, and compassion that which is most beneficial to my well-being for the greatest spiritual good of all sentient beings. Okay, and then we have Ein Sof R, number 22. And that's come out a few times recently in pick a card readings. So if you're drawn to any of the other readings on my channel, please do seek out, because I am seeing here some continuity. And this card specifically is saying good fortune and good luck to me at the moment. It's saying open your third eye, crown, and heart chakras and align them with your lower 3 chakras. Okay, so a chakra alignment meditation would be extremely healthy for you at this time. I'm getting here. A way through the struggle has already been created for you, and you are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success and admiration. Be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in the simplicity of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. Okay, so that is definitely hinting that some of your guys' ideas are really going to take off, guys, and you're going to be well known, either within your own circles or even on a global scale for some of the things that you are accomplishing. There's a little prayer that goes with this one as well. I call upon the pure light of wisdom, compassion, and divine love. I invite the genius of spiritual grace to enter into my heart and with mercy clear the path to the highest loving consciousness. I loosen my mental and emotional grip on fixed opinions and open with trust to the higher wisdom and creative path that will set my heart free. May all beings know such merciful grace and generous assistance for their greatest good. I am so proud of you and so excited for you. This journey that you are on is beautiful, all right? If you need any other crystal recommendations, because I am getting that some of you on the other side are big fans of crystals, you just reach out to me and let me know what it is you're trying to accomplish, and I can make some recommendations, okay? I hope that you found this to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything you feel can be improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so, if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. Oh my goodness, have you ever got this? All right? Love you. Bye. If you picked pile number 2 with the Everyday Witch Tarot, focusing on your physical and spiritual well-being with the 9 of Cups energy, with the bismuth and the aqua quartz, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. All right, so right off the bat, we are getting some interesting energies here. I think, yeah, that's that. Okay, all right, guys. I think what we need to do, okay, all right, let's see if we can't get a little bit, there we go. They kind of went a little crazy with that one, didn't they? All right, Okay. And if we need more, we will get more. Okay. I'm actually seeing some of these, actually. Okay. So right off of the bat, we are getting into that Eight of Cups energy that we just left in our last pick a card reading, right? Of leaving behind everything else in pursuit of that one thing, right? And that thing that you're following, your passion, following the thing that is missing, okay? So, right or wrong or indifferent, this is the path forward. You've decided, okay? And that is a very bold and courageous decision to make. And I'm very proud of you, okay? You have accomplished a lot, and you are leaving behind a lot, and that can be difficult. But you have made that bold move, that bold first step, all right? And it appears that you are leaving behind, there's two meanings here. You're leaving behind some sort of deceptive energy that wasn't good for you, right? I'm getting some people might have lied, gaslighted, cheated, been deceptive in some way. The other energy I'm getting here is that you have had to leave stealthily, like if there was an abusive relationship or something like that, and you have had to leave it quietly in the night. I am getting a running away energy from this a little bit, but not alone. You have some people who will help you along the way. You also have the spirits, the ancestors, and the divine, okay? But make sure you're getting all the help that you need, okay? Do not be afraid to get the help you need to heal, and financially, as well, okay? Make sure all of your needs are being fulfilled, okay? And I am getting an autumnal energy here, so if you have not taken action on that yet, I am getting that you will be, and the autumnal equinox is coming in. At the time I'm doing this, I'm recording this on September, I think it's the 20th today, I think. So that would, the autumnal equinox would be Monday. So coming up very, very, very quickly, because today's Saturday. So yeah, just be careful, okay? Make sure that you see the path you need to take. Okay, make sure you can see it, right? With this full moon and the stars shining, I am getting that while a lot of things are unknown, you do need to at least have some idea of where you're going and what you're doing, okay? Think clearly. Act with clarity, all right? And here with the Ace of Wands, taking action on pursuing your passion is bringing about a new spiritual beginning, a new spiritual understanding, and you become stronger in your own personal power, right? And stronger in your own spiritual gifts, which I am getting that you do indeed have. You're also getting a new emotional beginning, right? With this overflowing Ace of Cups abundance, okay, where this energy just keeps going and is eternal and infinite. This is your goal. This is what you are attempting to achieve, right? And here with this cauldron, it reminds me of the Dagda's cauldron from the Tuatha Dé Danann in Irish mythology, where it was able to provide for everyone under its care and it never ran out, right? So abundance is coming through there, as well as these two doves of peace and love up in the corner there, okay? Now, with the King of Cups, you are attempting to achieve emotional stability, right? That is your goal. That is where you wish for this journey that you are on, and why you have left all of these other things to pursue your passion is so that you can find that emotional stability and balance, okay? But as always with this card, I always have this moment of reminding you that no man is an island. We all need community, okay? So make sure that part of your emotional balance does include taking alone time as you need it and participating in community as you need it, okay? I'm also getting that some of you might benefit from looking at the spirit animal of the dolphin, okay? Another thing I'm getting here is that someone in your recent past may have called you a siren or a mermaid. You've seen a mermaid recently, there's something there about sirens and mermaids. Perhaps you're a strega de mare, a witch of the sea. And if that is the case, then you will draw a lot of your own personal power and magic from the sea itself. So finding yourself by water. For some of you, I'm getting Italy. For some of you, I'm getting the Washington, Oregon coast, Maine, Massachusetts, Florida, somewhere. Water is coming through very, very, very strongly for this one. For some of you, that will be mountain streams. I'm getting that as well. So tap into that, okay? Water is going to be important along your spiritual magical journey and your emotional journey. It will help you with your balance, okay? And then with the Two of Cups, I do see you finding that community. I do see you finding love. So the Two of Cups is often called the soulmate card, and it absolutely can represent romantic love. But I am also getting platonic and familial, friendship. I'm getting community from this card today very strongly. You will find your people, is the message here. And if that includes romantic love, make sure your heart is open. And if for some of you, that is the thing you're leaving. You are leaving because the one thing you do not have in your life is that passion, that romantic love. And even though you've made all these other achievements, this is the one thing your heart wants more than anything else, and that's what you're going towards, okay? And if that is the case, then I do see you receiving that. With the Page of Wands, this path you were on, this journey you were on, leads you to become a student of yourself, a student of your journey, a student of your personal power and magic, right? Because once you're out from underneath the weight of this longing and needing energy that comes with the Eight of Cups, it opens your eyes to a whole other realm of energy, right? And I am getting that some of you may be even though there's a very, very, very strong water element here, I am getting some fire as well. So some of you may have a mix of water and fire in your signs. And then we have the autumnal energy once again in that one there. Okay. And then with the Four of Wands, we absolutely are supporting that sense of community, that sense of home, a new home for some of you, right? But this is also celebrations, okay? So they're saying absolutely celebrate the progress you have made because you deserve it, all right? Two, I am seeing things like graduation ceremonies, weddings, business openings, markets, fairs, Renaissance fair is coming through here as well. I know Arkansas has a long-running Renaissance fair that goes for months during this time of year. I think they may be midway through it. But, yeah, there may be something there for you about going to your local Highland Games or Renaissance Fair or Medieval Festival or something. You may encounter some community there. I'm also getting birthday party coming in here. Okay, yeah, inviting people, yourself and at least 3 others, perhaps. I'm getting something about a birthday party and community there, strengthening bonds. With the Nine of Pentacles, we have not only that beautiful Nine of Cups energy that drew us in here, but we also have the Nine of Pentacles, which is material abundance. So your health, your wealth, your household, the things you can touch, right? The tangible things of the world. And here we see you finding peace, finding comfort, finding acceptance of yourself and your surroundings, finding abundance, having plenty to eat and drink, plenty of rest, plenty of self-care, feeding of the mind as well as the soul, grounding. It is just a beautiful energy. I see you finding a place to belong with people that you love, okay? And some of you on this journey where you're walking away are taking a husband, a wife, children with you, pets, on this journey, right? You're taking off for a new job, a new place to live. Maybe you're traveling in an RV full time, or maybe you're renting houses in different locations, or going abroad to Europe. I'm getting in this, or maybe you have been, the thing you left for was in search of love and family, and I am seeing that you get that, and it brings about a wholeness to your heart. And I do see physical and spiritual well-being abundantly being taken care of here in this card, okay? And this is part of your karma. This is part of a reward of sorts for you, right? For not being scared to follow your own internal song, not being afraid to transform and change to find your highest and best timeline, right? So hear that music within and dance. Okay, because that is what is bringing about this beautiful, beautiful beginning, this beautiful joy, this beautiful reward. And with it will come a certain level of knowledge and understanding of yourself that you didn't have before, right? You know what yourself looks like with this longing, right, in your life. But with this abundance and finding that thing you longed for, it brings you a whole other level of mental understanding and stability within your life, because you understand yourself more. You are healing more, right? Such strength comes from knowing oneself. So much strength comes from knowing oneself, all right? I'm getting that some of you like to balance your mind and your emotions while bathing, while taking a bath, and that is a very good way to incorporate that water energy that we saw there and that self-care. Okay, and then with the Four of Pentacles, protect that personal power. Okay, don't let anything or anyone take that from you. And that includes, if there's any sort of financial hiccups along the way, or you're worried that by following this path you're financially not going to be stable, they are letting you know you'll be fine. Okay, so don't lose that personal understanding and sense of power over feeling a lack of abundance, because you will have what you need. And then with the King of Wands, I was excuse me, I was getting an energy here of travel, but the King of Wands is also passion and intuition and magic and all of that sort of thing, right? And becoming a master of those things. So I wanted a little clarification here on whether it was truly about travel, truly about, magical mastery, or if it was both. And with the Two of Wands, we get the message that it's both. So there will be travel. All right, but there will also be that mastery of your magical self, okay? A mastery to the point where not only do you understand yourself and how to use it, but you teach others. And the world is your oyster. Energy is definitely coming off of this, right? It lays before you and you have the choice of it. And then with the Queen of Swords, through that experience you gain even more knowledge, you gain even more wisdom, that you can share with others. And I just, with the King and Queen of Swords, I am getting a partnership here of equals, strong-minded equals. Okay, So there will be a partnership there, whether it's friendship or romantic, that aids in that stability, that emotional, mental stability, okay, and well-being. This is beautiful, and I am really, really proud of you guys. Okay, for those of you that are leaving behind something that was abusive and you've had to run and be sneaky, get the legal help that you need, okay? Do not hesitate to get the legal help that you need. Follow your intuition as far as that goes. Make sure you are balancing the lighter and darker aspects of yourself that were created because of this situation, right? But karma is going to take care of this. That person is going to have repercussions, right? So you can rest. I'm going to cross that with that, okay? So you can rest knowing that that will be handled, okay? And we're going to just put that right over that, all right? With the Temperance, it's a reminder to be patient with yourself as well as others. It's a reminder to participate in meditation, in Tai Chi, in yoga, whatever speaks to your soul. Okay, so this is that call to make sure that you are maintaining yourself, body, mind, and soul. Okay, as you go along. And channeling that beautiful, abundant, creative, primordial, feminine, divine energy of the All-Mother, right? Treat yourself with compassion, with love, with understanding. Step into that abundant, fertile energy. For some of you, this means that you will be having a child with your partner. I am getting the message that you and your loved ones are safe, and that is in the Moonology deck here, but I'm actually getting it through this card with the Empress. You know, the power of 3 always comes through so strongly with this. But this energy is also tying in here with this 9 of Pentacles energy, okay? So for those of you that are expecting, please take care of yourself, all right? Self-care, so very, very, very important. All right? And then, you know what? I'm going to put it with this one because it just feels right. There are going to be many things along the path that you don't know. You don't know what to expect. There's going to be times when you're not sure you have what it takes or the strength, but this is telling you that you do. You have the strength to face the unknown. There may be obstacles, there may be dangers, there may be things that you encounter, but you will be able to handle every single last one of them. All right? You see this, you know, this cat, it's so cute and cuddly and small, but look at the fierceness within, right? You're the panther. Okay, you may look sweet and cute and cuddly, but on the inside, you are a badass, and you've got this. Okay, excuse my language. And this brings about a new material beginning. Okay, this overcoming your fears, this acknowledgement that you may need to get help, you know, and you may need to slow down and take care of yourself better. But it is going to bring about a new financial beginning, a new material beginning in your health, wealth, your household. Some of you that you've had to leave a place and you're looking for another place, I am getting that you will find sanctuary, okay? I am seeing a farm or a homestead of some kind here. So whether you're renting or buying or just having like a temporary like Airbnb or some sort of situation like that, I do see you finding peace and abundance there. Okay. Now for some of you, you're like, I don't have the money. I just don't. I don't have the money. And I'm in a bad spot. For some of you, I am seeing that you did leave a bad situation, and you may have had to take children with you along on this journey. Okay. But do not fear. Do not fear. There are places you can go. All right, there are absolutely places you can go and people that will be there to help you. You just need to find them, okay? You need to do your research and find them and go there. Find sanctuary and they will help you, all right? And here I have that working together to achieve a goal with the 3 Pentacles. You will find community. You will find support. You will find financial stability. You will find help in all the areas that you need help to provide for you and those under your care. And safety. There is a guardian that will be there to protect. Okay? So, Go and find that. Take care of yourself. I cannot express that with any more intensity. But I really, 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 really mean it. Okay. And there you will heal, right? You will heal. You will grow. And you will find that happiness that you are looking for. Okay? It will be all right. Just go and do what you need to do. Okay. First, we're going to address your bismuth crystal, which kind of reminds me of the tower before its destruction, right? So this is a solid, good energy here. It is a man-made crystal, but I find it has a really interesting representation that goes with it. So calm, focus, transformation. It helps to alleviate feelings of isolation, so that community energy that we saw, improves teamwork, meditation, spiritual practices, connection with the self, and connection with the earth. It aids you in achieving your goals, personal growth, emotional well-being, grounding, and introspection, so that you do not return to old ways of thinking and old habits that do not serve you. Okay? And it works with the crown and root chakras. And then with the aqua aura quartz that you selected, we have cleansing, calming, and communication. It works with the crown, third eye, and throat chakras and is most commonly found in the United States. Aqua aura quartz is a life coach in crystal form. Though it is not a naturally forming crystal, bonding quartz with gold gives the mineral a higher intensity, so it can illuminate your path and give you the confidence to follow it. Aqua aura quartz also attracts abundance, though not necessarily in material form, reminding you of the more organic ways success can be measured. It's associated with the throat chakra, enhancing clear and heartfelt communication. This mineral also supports the higher chakras, opening spiritual pathways of communication and offering powerful psychic protection. This vibrational crystal increases energy flow and supports overall well-being. Aura crystals are created by bonding precious metals to the surface of a crystal, drawing on alchemy to increase its power. To make aqua aura, gold atoms are fused to quartz, giving it a metallic sheen. For personal use, meditate with aqua aura quartz to tune into your life's true path. At home, it can foster positive communication in a prosperous environment, and at work, it inspires ideas and helps direct your career trajectory. So, do not think it's a coincidence that you chose a pile that had two stones that man has altered or made in some way. And that is telling me that the message there is that you are able, more than capable, of creating your own life's path. Okay, so while you may have had all of these things here, you knew there was something else that you needed. You knew there was something else that you longed for. You desired that your passion would not allow to rest until you went after it, right? And this is telling you that you can forge your own path. You can make your own way, all right? You can take the things that life has given you and forge them into something else, right, that suits you better, okay? So I am getting also this angel aura quartz for happiness, beauty, and joy, channeling that 8 of Wands energy, okay, as well for you, the angel aura, okay? So all 3 of these crystals here for you have that aura effect. So it might benefit you to explore other crystals with the aura added, if that speaks to you. You can get hematite that way, rose quartz that way, even halite. I mean, any crystal can have that gold bonding aura to it. So just use whatever speaks to you the most, okay? And then I am seeing this message here. And this did come out in pile number 1 as well. Nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. And I did pick up an energy there of someone else who is also leaving a difficult situation. All right? You're not trapped. You're not stuck. You are able to free yourself, okay? Whatever your situation might be. I'm also getting the snowflake obsidian, self-reflection, protection, and growth with the Ten of Cups energy coming through for you. And the Amazonite, fluidity, playful, and optimistic, Four of Cups, which is a meditation energy. Okay, so make sure you are spiritually taking care of yourself. And I am seeing these two for you. We have Alpha of Alcyon, number 24, and number 20, Spirit Owl of 852 hertz. It might benefit you to listen to music at 852 hertz. Okay. Alpha of Alcyon. A positive twist of fate and a windfall of good fortune are destined for you. Brightness and hope will alleviate negativity and give you the strength to find your way through a time of adversity or challenge. Finally, you will experience peace, love, and deep connection with your true self and the universe. Good things are on their way to you. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. I love that for you guys. That is just wonderful. Okay, Spirit Owl, number 20. And it might benefit you to look into the owl as a spirit animal. It has really been calling strongly to me recently. Myself, I saw one that looked just like this out in our yard recently, and it was quite a beautiful moment. Recalibration to a higher order of divine purpose is in progress. It is not always a smooth ride, but it is safe to be fearless as you gently hold space for new ways of thinking, living, and seeing to emerge. You are encouraged to let go of opinions and belief systems that cannot support you in higher frequency states. You shall soon recognize a truth that cuts through confusion and frees you to proceed with love, peace, and higher understanding. Okay? Yeah, but you're definitely going to be understanding some things here in the very near future very, very clearly. And when you do, remember to ground and take care of yourself, because so much is going to be revealed to you, and it's gonna be like this flood of knowledge and understanding and healing that takes place. Okay? I hope that you found this message to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so, if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. All right? Love you. Bye. If you chose pile number 3 with the Steampunk Tarot, and the Nine of Cups in this deck representing a fulfillment of your emotional desires, such as a business endeavor, a new job, where you are stepping into your emotional fulfillment. Okay, that's what we're looking for here in this pile. Emotional fulfillment. Okay, and the Coca-Cola or chocolate calcite with the Botswana agate, then this is your reading. Now, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And we're starting off with such an interesting energy. Okay, so we start off with this Judgment card here at the beginning. So one of the things that we're dealing with here in your this thing you're pursuing for emotional fulfillment has to do with some past life karma type situations, right? And we will get some more insight about that here in a moment. Okay. All right. So that's where we're going. With this pile, that emotionally fulfilling thing that you are setting out to accomplish is tied to karma and destiny and some past life energy there, okay? And you're not alone. You've got companions, you've got guardians. I'm also getting that for some of you, music is a really strong thing, whether that's part of your emotional healing, whether it's part of your motivation, whether it's like a soundtrack to your life, right? So if you're feeling low on energy, I am getting crank up that music, and that will restore your energy, okay? All right. And because any new endeavor, especially in the material realm of health, wealth, household, anything tangible that you can touch, is a slow and steady energy, right? You know, and we have to pace ourselves and take care of ourselves. So make sure you're drinking enough water, okay? Because you're on the way, you're on the path, and you're going to be able to climb any mountain that gets in your way, all right? Because you are, excuse my language, a badass. With the Empress card in the Steampunk, she just speaks badass. She just really does, doesn't she? And it also has this fertile, abundant energy that goes with it, you know, that capable of doing anything. Look at the power coming out of her hands, right? And with the clock, once again reminded to be patient with time, and don't lose sight of your personal power on this journey, okay? 3 seems to be an important number for you, right? And we do have some 3s and some variants of 3s going on here. So the power of 3, and with it, you know, 3 and 3 being 9, you know, 3 times 3 being 9, I'm getting that energy as well. So an amplification of your energies is going to occur during this. And do not doubt for 1 second, you are going to be able to do this, okay? With the world, we have completion, fulfillment, harmony, the coming together of the powers of the elements and the divine to create something amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. That doesn't mean that there aren't hardships along the way. That doesn't mean that there aren't things that have to be left behind. That doesn't mean that there haven't been broken hearts along the way, right? But once again, we have the energy of you are not going to be alone. You're either taking someone with you on this journey already, or you will meet someone along the way, okay? And this brings about this beautiful sunshine, happy, joy energy with the sunflowers and the sun card. It is beautiful. So for some of you, this new opportunity may require you to move. It may require you to pack up your belongings and move. And some of you may have some negative emotions about that, and that's okay. That is absolutely okay. And it is difficult on a marriage, on a partnership, on a family, and to move. So just be gentle and kind and patient with one another and yourselves, okay? For those of you who have lost a loved one, you know, they want you to succeed. You know, they don't want you to stay in that painful energy. So they want you to do what you need to do, okay? For some of you, because of that pain and loss, you're going to be coming out of hermit mode. You know, you've healed, you've gone through the shadow work, and now you are stepping back into the world when the time is right, recharged with your own personal power. That doesn't mean that you don't still have wounds that you carry. It doesn't mean that you don't still have pain, you know, or memories, or sometimes look to the past when you were trying to look to the future. But your flame still burns. It did not get snuffed out. Some of you may have experienced, you know, betrayal along the way. You may have suffered serious health issues like chronic illness, fatigue, pain. I am getting things like fibromyalgia and multiple sclerosis, and there's something else coming through here, neuropathy. You know, that you've struggled with and had challenges with, that have kept you from fulfilling the job or the destiny or whatever it is that you wish to pursue. But I am getting that through healing and time, you are making some progress in that, and that you have had to maybe redefine how you view success, right? redefine how you are going to achieve your goal. And some of you may be coming out of an energy of depression or anxiety, anger, right? Some of you may be coming out of mourning, as we saw, but also some of you may be leaving behind an attitude of ingratitude, whether it's yours or someone else in your sphere. I am getting a spouse that isn't necessarily very happy about the choices that are being made, a family member, a spouse, it could be a sibling. But I am getting some displeasure here, that they're not pleased with that. And that is causing you some distress. Maybe some sleepless nights, maybe some nightmares. For some of you, your intuition is telling you that somebody that you love and trust may not be as trustworthy as you hope. That's coming through. Follow your intuition on that. But do not let it rule you. Okay, do not let your fears and your anxieties and emotional distress rule you. Okay, be the master of your own internal space in a loving, kind, and gentle way. For some of you, this is you stepping into something that you've wanted your whole life. This emotionally fulfilling thing like becoming a teacher or retiring or having grandchildren, being a religious teacher who teaches others about their gifts, or about the world. You know, I am getting some druid, rabbi, energy here, priest, sort of energy. I'm getting grandparent energy here. Okay. I'm also getting that energy of by your actions you are teaching others. Okay, so this energy here of negative, where people may not be as supportive as what you would like, and it's getting to you by living your truth, right? By following after your destiny, your passion, your most emotionally fulfilling timeline. You will be teaching them by your actions on how life is supposed to look. Okay, and that's going to require strength, but they're letting you know you have an infinite supply. Okay, I am also getting here someone who may be a nurse or a caretaker who has been taking care of someone for a long time, but then they have passed, and now you are free to pursue your goals and your dreams. And the other side is saying they do not want you to feel guilty for that. Okay, this is meant to be for you, and that's not going to be for everybody. That's something specific there. Okay, but you're going to be mastering your craft, mastering your skills, which is going to bring material abundance and balance, right? And while when you first start out in this fulfilling endeavor, you may not be as fancy as everybody else. You may not have as much knowledge or skill as everybody else that does this thing. But as you go, you will improve and you will increase in your abilities until you yourself are the master, right? And we see that with the ability to teach others here. And when you do this, when you put the effort in, there's going to be a stage of this where it blows up, right? It blows up, it glows up. And while the tower can be a very destructive energy, right? In this particular reading, I'm actually getting that it is signifying a very quick and sudden change that, I don't know, I'm getting more celebration and fireworks today, and I don't usually get celebration and fireworks off the tower card, guys. I really don't. But today I'm getting that blow up energy where something you're doing just takes off, right? And it creates a new way of thinking for yourself. It gives you a boost in your personal power. But make sure you're staying true to yourself, okay? Because when we have a blow up or a glow up, sometimes the thoughts of others can influence us way too much. So make sure you're staying true to your own thoughts, okay? Your own way of thinking and being, because that is what brings you that success. And, you're not going to know everything. You're not going to know every step of the way. And sometimes it may feel like, here there be dragons, sort of an energy sometimes as you go through this. Get help as you need it to navigate those times, okay? But do not be any less bold, all right? Use logic, use reason, use your brain, but do not let fear be the thing that rules you, okay? Be bold in the fulfilling of your desires there. And sometimes it requires going back to school to follow our most emotionally fulfilling timeline, our most emotionally fulfilling endeavor. And so if you are one of those that what you're wanting to accomplish means you have to go back to school, I don't care how old you are, all right? I was a bit older when I went back to school. I was not a traditional student, and I was afraid at the time. But then I got in there, and life experience had actually taught me a lot along the way, and I'd had a good education prior to that when I was younger. And, I got in there, and I didn't really understand a lot of the way the people around me may have done things or thought things, like they didn't understand everything about me as a mom, and things that they hadn't experienced themselves, and from a totally different generation. But I actually added to the classroom, right? And I grew, and I changed, and I opened up to the world in a magnificently wonderful way. And while I had a lot of doubts and fears, I also grew in my own personal confidence. And along the way, I got awards and rewards for being an excellent student, and that helps you grow as well. I'm so sorry. This illness I've got has been causing a flare-up in my asthma as well. Right? So while you may start off with a little bit of trepidation, you're gonna surprise yourself, right? You are gonna surprise yourself. It's gonna be a new adventure, and you are gonna find out you're smarter than you thought you were. You're more capable than you thought you were. You're more of a badass than you thought you were, right? And you are going to learn so much about yourself and the world at large, and you are going to channel that energy into this great, big, beautiful adventure, okay? And I do see that going very well for you, those of you that's for education, whether that's an internship, going back to school, teaching yourself something new, okay? And you're going to have everything that you need, okay? For some of you, I'm hearing, well, what about, paying for school? I am getting that you will have what you need, whether that's financial aid, whether you earn grants and scholarships through doing a good job, whether others wish to support your journey, whether that be an employer or something like that, okay? I am getting that you will have everything you will need. I can't even talk anymore. You will have everything that you need. And for those of you that are on a mental or spiritual journey where you are wanting to manifest something into existence to change your life, to bring about your more emotionally fulfilling timeline, I am getting that you also will have everything you need to do that. Just make sure you're balancing those lighter and darker energies within you, okay? And we have the Star. So for some of you, your success is going to be so beautiful, okay, that it draws the attention of others. And so whether that's, you earn special awards, in the school that you're attending or in the job that you have, or whether you actually have global acclaim in some way, such as an actor, an actress, or an author, or you do something truly magnificent in your field, or you're a social media person and your channel just takes off, right? Like one morning, you wake up and all of a sudden you've got 100,000 followers or something, or 10,000 or whatever it means success to you. Okay, that's the energy that we're looking at here. I'm also getting for some of you that fashion design is one of the things that you're hoping to dive into. and I am seeing a beautiful, beautiful collection. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning. And it being successful and taking off. Okay. I'm also getting someone who may wish to pursue a modeling career is coming through. An artist. I'm also getting an artist energy from that as well. Okay, but very, very, very beautiful things here. I'm also getting a Valkyrie energy here, so there may be something about achievements within the Norse pagan community coming through there as well. Okay, take it if it resonates, leave it behind if it does not. Okay? All right, we are going to look at your crystals, starting with the Botswana agate. Botswana agate helps with change, balance, emotional healing, and inner strength, creativity, resilience, transitions, helps to alleviate stress, aids you in grounding and overcoming destructive patterns, helps with feelings of security and well-being, and works with the root and sacral chakras. For the Coca-Cola or chocolate calcite, which is making me hungry just thinking about it, this aids in emotional healing, releasing the past, fostering a brighter future, increasing vitality. It aids in grounding. It helps enhance motivation, overcoming creative blockages. It helps to overcome bad habits like laziness, and it helps with getting rid of negative emotions. It aids in resilience. It enhances one's feelings of security. It also helps with meditation and balancing your energies, working specifically with the root and crown chakras. And then I was also called to add that this specifically works with the zodiac of the Capricorn. So someone here listening may be a Capricorn or has a Capricorn in their life that they would like to help and bring positive energy to, and this crystal is a good one to do that with. And this one came from the atomic squid. Great. All right, now let us get you a Moonology oracle. Oh, there we go. Okay, we've got a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. So there may be a Libra here, but a win-win outcome is forecast. It's beautiful. And then confidence is your key to success, new moon in Leo. So there may be a Leo here. That is wonderful. Oh my goodness, you are manifesting so many fantastic things. And then here we have the end of a tough cycle approaches, full moon in Capricorn. So there's that Capricorn energy we were feeling here with this. All right, an end of a tough cycle approaches. Oh, I am so excited for you guys. Seriously. So very, very, very excited. Okay, let us get you a white light oracle message. Oh, crystals are starting to slip and slide everywhere. Maybe they want some attention. I'm getting that clear quartz may be of benefit to you. It amplifies other crystals and it amplifies energy. And then the black moonstone aids in protecting, especially when traveling. And it taps into that feminine divine there. We have number 42, Garuda Saparna. Okay? And it really is channeling this sun card energy that we had there. Okay, number 42. I am getting that for someone who's going to hear this at some point may wish to open an animal rescue. And I see that being a success. Just make sure you go about it with a balanced way and have a good fundraising plan. Okay? All right. Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what action feels best for you to take, and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. So you really have a strong lineup here, guys, of oracle cards, because we've got that. A win-win outcome is forecast. Confidence is your key to success. The end of a tough cycle approaches. And then with number 42, we had that, and I closed it. Why did I do that? We have the ending line there of positive energy and outcomes are indicated. All right? Very strong confirmations and affirmations there. So hang on to that, okay? And I am getting that maybe there might be one or two more that might help you here. Carnelian, Four of Wands energy here, creativity, confidence, and passion. So channel that inner passion, guys. And then sodalite, communication, harmony, and trust with the Six of Wands energy. Nope, not Six of Wands, Six of Swords energy. So yeah, for that emotional balance aspect that you're really trying to go for, that sodalite is going to really help out. And then Nine of Swords energy, we have antigarite, flow, intuition, and bloom. And that card did come out here, okay? So when we're dealing with that Nine of Swords energy here, they are letting you know that channeling that antigarite energy with flow, intuition, and bloom, okay, is going to help you out there, all right? And then amethyst, peace, intuition, and spirituality, which very much goes with that Empress energy that we saw there. And then angel aura, happiness, beauty, and joy, Eight of Wands. And actually that's come out, I think, for all the piles that we pulled cards for. And yellow jasper, wealth, success, and wisdom. And we're going to place that right on that Knight of Pentacles, guys. We're going to channel that energy for you. All right. I hope that you found this to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. All right? Love you. Bye. If you chose pile number 4 with the Rider Tarot, where we are diving into the Nine of Cups energies of emotional balance, having enough, contentment, not only having enough for yourself, but to share with others, right? Hospitality, generosity, charity, okay? So we're going to dive into all of those abundant emotional vibes, all right, and see what that holds. And with that, we have the black petrified wood and the dendritic opal. All right. So, how I read tarot is I read both the definitions as well as intuitively, allowing the cards to fall where they may, reading both uprights and reversals. Regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you are welcome and respected here. And from the get-go, I have had some past life energy coming off of this pile. So take that as it resonates and leave it behind if it does not fit within your own worldview. But I am getting that there may be some insights here that may be coming to you in your future that have to do with things that came from your past. Okay? All right. So, right off the bat, we have that in order for you to achieve that Nine of Cups state that you're wanting to achieve, that emotional balance and abundance, you are freeing yourself from the binds of your thoughts, you know, that self-entrapment, self-victimization mentality. Oh, I can't because of, right? Or, well, this happened and so I shouldn't, it's not safe. Or so any of those sorts of thoughts that have held you back, whether they were the words of others that you internalized or whether they just came from within yourself, this is you freeing yourself from that, because you very much want this beautiful, stable, abundant life, right? You want that beautiful energy of love and devotion. You want the beautiful energy of a stable home life. You want the beautiful energy of intergenerational love and abundance, right? And so I'm getting here an energy about animals and pets, bringing in some joy and balance with your life. I am getting, there's someone who's older within your sphere, whether you're married to an older individual, or whether your grandfather or father or great-grandfather or something like that is still in your life and in your sphere, or has recently passed over. I'm getting for some of you, this will be after that older individual in your life has passed. So for example, you know, if you're married to somebody who's older than you are, there's a significant age gap. That won't be for everybody. But I'm getting that this energy here is something about after that person has left, after that person has passed on, okay? That will be a moment when you're going to have a shift, a change, okay? And it's going to bring about a new understanding. So these are all very much here, okay? So part of that is inheritance that I am getting, okay? There will be inheritance, all right? That's coming through for some of you. Whether that's a house or money or land or animals, you know. Or you may wind up being the godparents to a child of a friend, right? Or something like that, okay? Or a family member. I am also getting that for those of you who may be widowed, widower, that someone new is going to enter into your sphere. Now, for some of you, I am getting the energy that that is going to be a younger individual than your previous spouse. That won't be the case for everyone, but I am getting that energy. They may even be younger than you, which is fine, okay? That is totally fine. As long as they are of age, do not judge yourself and do not allow others to judge you either. Once you are an adult, what is that line? Age is just a number, baby, okay? Consenting adults here, people. No judgment needed. We love who we love. The rest is just details. I am showing that there may be some concerns about how this will interact with those of you who have children already, okay? And I am getting that they will be good with your children. It will be one of the signs that they're the right one for you, okay? And during this time of emotional, you know, you're going to get through any of that. You're going to get through any of the negative energies here, okay? I'm getting that some of you, the thing you're escaping is a marriage through divorce or something like that, and that has come through in some of the other piles, okay? There's going to be a time of grieving. There's going to be a time of rest, okay, and recuperation. But then there is this beautiful, abundant joy, okay? Emotional balance and fulfillment. Beautiful, beautiful, abundant joy, happiness, passion, okay? The things that were lacking for whatever reason, through self-victimization or the internalization of others' words or actions, okay, you're going to be set free from all that energy there and step into this beautifully abundant energy. And I do see happy children in the future here. So whether you have children, grandchildren, you know, maybe this next person who comes into your life may bring you stepchildren, but I am getting children. I'm also very much getting passion, okay, but not a fleeting kind, the kind that stands the test of time. And with the Ace of Pentacles, that also brings about a new emotional beginning. Not emotional beginning. Okay, apparently there is that, but a new material beginning, okay, a gift from the divine, all right? So whether that is the inheritance energy I was picking up on, whether that's a new job, whether that's a new home, right, I am getting a new healthy way of looking at and feeling, okay, as well, coming through the sun and this together. But you are receiving a material gift. There may be some conflict around this. There may be. I do hear a little bit of disgruntledness about inheritance, like maybe somebody else wanted something that you got, or maybe they felt they should have been the ones to inherit, not you. I'm getting some jealous stepchild energy maybe, or sibling or something. There's some sort of jealousy and conflict regarding this gift. So whether somebody is jealous of your success and it causes conflict, whether somebody thinks they should have gotten more and there's some kind of a conflict, whatever this is, okay, it may even be that it's a spiritual conflict where people have different ideas about where their loved one went after they passed on, you know, that sort of thing. It could be that, a spiritual conflict. But whatever this conflict is, I see you being triumphant over it. It does not defeat you. You are the one victorious and triumphant over it, okay? Now, for those of you who, because of setting yourself free here, are going to be entered into a new romantic relationship, because you have freed your mind of all the things that were holding you back, and you have this new energy that drives forward passion, or whether you're someone who has lost a loved one and are wondering if you will ever find love again or passion again, I am getting a yes. Okay, you will find love, and it's very much tied in with this Sun card here. Okay, and divinely blessed, very abundant. There may be some travel involved in that person getting to you or you getting to them. I am seeing like a mountain between the two of you, like there's something that has to be traversed, whether it's actual land and actual mountain between you, or whether it's a metaphor for something else that you have to get through or get past. I am seeing that it clears and you do find one another. And you, in this relationship, make sure you don't lose that personal independent power, okay? You can be in a relationship and still have personal power and autonomy, all right? But I'm also getting that it enhances, the right relationship enhances that personal power and autonomy, and that it will make you glow. I am getting the message that there will be people that comment on your aura and say that you are glowing. Your aura is glowing, okay? And for some of you, that might mean that you're going to have a child. But for others of you, it's just simply going to mean that you're happy, that you've reached this Nine of Cups energy with balance and fulfillment, and you're happy, right? And with the Knight of Cups, I do see that this energy is moving towards you now. Right now, okay? It's moving towards you. It doesn't mean that it's necessarily going to happen tomorrow, okay? But it is moving towards you as we speak. So this loving energy, whether that's, a new spouse, a new friend, a new family member, a new baby, whatever it is, it's love in action, okay? Love in action, all right? And this could be you loving yourself more and more each day, all right, as well. But definitely overcoming any mountains in the way. And I see between these, on this, we've got these cards like this, okay? So, but well, let's do it this way because it's kind of backwards on the camera here. What it looks like when it's down like this is that this love energy is moving you towards this emotional stability. Not emotional. Why do I keep doing that? For some strange reason, in this reading, the Pentacles are reading as much about emotion as they are about material. But this grounded, stable, abundant, beautiful energy, okay? This person that's entering your life is very, very grounded. It's an earth energy. I do see Taurus. That's not going to be for everyone. I'm also getting some Leo fire energy here as well. But this person is not going to bring you down. They're not going to make you feel lesser in any way. In fact, they are going to increase by encouraging and building up, not tearing down. Okay? Now, this also could represent you moving from this beautiful, independent self-acceptance energy and growing in your love for yourself to the point of having such a strong stability in your emotional realm that you manifest and create that same stability in your material realm. Okay? So either way, we see a growth in your life, whether it's an emotional or material growth. We are absolutely seeing growth in your life. All right? And I am getting that some of the things that you're moving on from are from past life experiences, right? So dreams, thoughts, things you remember, where things may not have ended so well the last time around, you know, and you are going to find ways to cope with that and deal with that and move on from that energy, lay that energy to rest. Now, there was something that was recently revealed to me that I myself performed for myself that I am being called to share with you through this Four of Cups here. So I did a chakra alignment where I aligned all of my chakras from the higher crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, root, earth, and higher earth. Okay, I started from the bottom and worked my way up. Other people like to do up and work their way down. Either way, it's fine. I've done both. For this particular exercise, however, I did start from the bottom and work my way to the top. And then I put 2 coins over my eyes to represent letting go of the old, acknowledging the deaths from past lives, acknowledging the deaths from this one where I've released past versions of myself, right? And had almost like a little funerary, you know, not a ceremony, so to speak, but just a farewell, right, of a sort, a letting go, a releasing of, okay? And then moved the coins once I had acknowledged what needed to be let go of and truly released it. Then put the coins in the palm of your hands as receiving and accepting this new life, right, and this new beginning, okay? So if you are having trouble moving on from past life energies, this is a really good way to process that and to let that go, and to welcome in and usher in and bring in a newer version of yourself that more aligns with who you are today. And while we all have things that we carry with us, you know, along our path, our body is constantly recreating itself, right? Where we don't have all of the same elements of ourselves as we did the day that we're born. Our body is constantly regenerating, you know, and shedding old and you know, so your cellular structure isn't the same, right? So why on earth do we expect our emotional and our mental states to stay the same? I mean, our own physical bodies don't stay the same. We grow, we change, we develop, you know. We shed off old, you know, and dry skin cells, right? You know, we shed hair follicles and, you know, all of those things that happen. And we're made new, right? And each morning we wake up to a new day. You know, as people, we celebrate the new year, right? there are so many transitional periods in life. The moon itself is an excellent example of the cycles of life, right? And how it wanes and it waxes as it is meant to. We're not meant to stay stagnant, okay? We are meant to acknowledge that change and that growth in whatever way speaks to our heart, mind, and soul. And if anyone else wants to hold you in that old negative energy, you just let them learn their lessons, okay? And believe me, they will learn them, whether in this lifetime or another one. And you just go on doing what you know you need to do for yourself, okay? Because this is such a beautiful, beautiful energy of progression here. Don't ever allow anyone, including yourself, to hold you back in any form of stagnation. Okay? All right, and then if any of you wish to perform the letting go and the chakra alignment, that I performed, I can share with you some of the crystals, that go with each of those chakras that might be of use to you. If you're interested, you can just reach out to me. Okay? All right, now the dendritic opal enhances intuition, helps with spiritual growth, a connection with nature and its energies. It can balance opposites, and it works with the crown chakra. Okay. The petrified wood aids in grounding, stability, also has a connection with the earth. It aids in you understanding past lives, ancestral wisdom. It helps with keeping calm, dissolving negative emotions, enhances your growth, helps in transformation, and works with the root and third eye chakras. And then with the black coloring being in this one, it also adds that element of protection. So if you are diving into your Akashic records or your ancestral histories, having these around could be of some benefit. Okay? All right. Now, so far, all of the piles that I have pulled have taken all three of my oracle decks as something. So let's just continue along that vein, shall we? All right. So we have Moonstone, intuition, dreams, energy, and passion. And here is a black moonstone for those of you that want that extra protection element. It helps with traveling. So I am getting that while you are diving into past life and ancestral, I am getting that some of you may have the gift of traveling on the astral plane. Take that if it resonates, leave it behind if it doesn't. But with this Ace of Swords, it is something that may come about with your new way of thinking, okay? And it may unlock this gift for you. And if so, a moonstone is a good one to have around. I carry one that my son gave me for Mother's Day on this key. So it comes in jewelry, or you can carry it in your pocket or things like that. I'm also getting that the sodalite with communication, harmony, and trust, right? With that Six of Swords energy there, would be of benefit as well in helping you to communicate with the other side and yourself. Labradorite, limitless potential and sleep soundly, 9 of Wands. Labradorite is imperative for dispelling negative energies, okay? And it helps you with your intuition. It is excellent to work with the third eye and crown chakra areas, and I recommend it for everyone, and I do mean everyone. And then apatite, inspiration, satisfaction, and motivation. And with the Two of Swords, it's a reminder that these things are a choice. Okay, it's definitely channeling that choice energy. You have to choose to be motivated, okay? You have to choose satisfaction instead of dissatisfaction. And you have to choose to follow your own personal inspiration, okay? So just keep that in mind as you travel forward. All right? And then we have from the Moonology deck, nothing is yet set in stone, mutable moon. So if you have not escaped this energy yet, they're reminding you that you are not stuck. You absolutely can, and you will, okay? And then confidence is your key to success with that Leo energy coming through with the new moon there. And this one also came out, I think both of these might have come out. Yeah, both of those have come out in other readings during this pick a card. And then a win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. Both of those came out in pile 3, I believe it was. And then what do you need to release? Okay, what do you need to release? So for some of you, it is that this is what you still need to do and haven't done yet, okay? Balance, spirituality, and practicality, okay? Full moon in Pisces. It's so important to have that balance. But they are really wanting to give you a moment of encouragement, because here with that Taurus energy again that we saw with the King of Pentacles, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. That very much goes with this card right here. Absolutely goes with that card right there, okay? And in the what do you need to release, okay? It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. All right, my darlings. I am getting be bold and make the first move. Cardinal moon. Okay, it's not gonna let go of itself. You have to do the work. You have to be the one to let go. All right, and we will pull you a white light oracle in conclusion here. We got that one in another pile as well. What pile was that in? Number 24, Alpha of Alcyon. If you're drawn to any of the other piles, do feel free to please check them out. A positive twist of fate and a windfall of good fortune are destined for you. Brightness and hope will alleviate negativity and give you the strength to find your way through a time of adversity or challenge. Finally, you will experience peace, love, and deep connection with your true self and the universe. Good things are on their way to you. And yes, yes, they are. Okay? That is fantastic. I hope that you found this to be helpful. If you did, please let me know in the comments. If there was anything you felt could have been improved upon, please also let me know that. Be gentle and kind as you do so if you would. Remember, you are beautiful. You are loved always. And you've got this. And they are giving me another message here. Okay? They are telling me that you might consider working with, this is Iceland spar, which is a white calcite, with chalcopyrite on top. So for those of you that are trying to channel this abundant stability energy, okay, of the King of Pentacles, I'm going to put that right there so that we can do some channeling together on that, all right? So Iceland spar is one of the ones that the Vikings used to use to help them find their way, right? And I'm getting that to clear this path, this path here, you need to use that sort of energy, all right, to clear the path, to find your way, to channel this beautiful rainbow-like abundance that this chalcopyrite is representing, okay? But it's also very grounded earth energy, all right, with good, strong balance, all right? And I'm getting pink opal as another one that will help you with that emotional stability and love energy with your heart chakra, but also with the crown chakra and understanding and following your intuition, okay? So, be bold. Be confident. A win-win outcome is forecast for you. Just balance that spirituality and practicality, release that negativity, and prosperity is what lies ahead. All right? I love you. Take care of yourselves. Bye.